Howdy, folks. Welcome to another episode of The Chronicles of Not Jay, episode 80. Can you believe it?
That's pretty wild. That's awesome.
Yeah, 80. Now we've had more than 80, but I'm not counting the ones we've done for Wiley Games ads and just the why nots.
Oh, so,
yeah. But yeah, 80 actual scheduled shows. Now, a bit of kind of bookkeeping. Next week, it's still going to be on Wednesday, but it's going to be a little later than normal because the first junior high football game of the season is next Wednesday night. And I run the scoreboard. So the game's at 6. It's 4, I think, like 4 8-minute quarters and like a 20-minute halftime. So it's not going to be probably any later than 8:30. But I'll let everybody know for sure next week. But tonight, we're going to be talking about our favorites. Our favorite what's? Well, our favorite everything. We're just going to talk about what we dig, what we like, gaming related, movie related, food, music, whatever. We're just going to be talking about what we like in the world. So, we might have some other, some of the other guys join us. I don't know. Y'all are more than welcome to contribute in the textures like y'all normally do. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got in the way of comments so far. Hissy Cat was in early tonight at 7, a whole hour early, hanging out with us. He says, hey, Wag, how are you? I've had the flu the past few days and in the middle of a fever sweat. Ugh. I'll hang around till I pass out. Lol. Well, I hope you haven't passed out yet. Chuck's come in at 7:43. Says evening all. He says just snuck upstairs to take a shower. Feel much better now. That's outstanding. Warmut, you know what you're supposed to do. So hey, that's good news. But the fever sweat means your body gonna break it. Hopefully, that's true. He says, Warmut says, hi, Charles. His cat and I just took a shower too, but fading. Well, you know what? Just lay back, relax, and let the dulcet tones of our mellifluous voices lull you into slumber.
That's fucking weird.
John Longshore says, gives us a squirrel. Outstanding. Bunkhouse in the house. Evening, everyone. Evening, sir. Dave Hall in the house. Howdy, etc. Chuck, hey, Warmut, great figures again. Yes. Wait until you guys see what he just put together. It's phenomenal.
What Warmut just put together?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd imagine there'll be a video of it pretty quick. If you're paying attention on the Chronicles of Not Jay or Not Jay's Tabletop Gaming Facebook page, you'll have seen sneak previews of it, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So,
or he made a video about it. Yeah.
So anyway, I hope everybody has had a great week. I've had a great week. My wife had some good news. She got a raise, so that's good.
Jackpot.
A raise that far exceeds my raise that I got.
Jackpot.
So, Hizzy Cat's great. I'll hear your voices during a fever dream. Nightmares. You know it. His spoonfuls of habanero sauce will keep you going. There you go.
Chuck is not wrong. You will wake up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then probably pass out from pain. But we'll definitely clear the sinuses. I know that for a fact. Because habanero is nothing to play around with. I don't know about the rest of the world, but we've gone back to school today. All the kiddos are back in school, so Don is back to work.
Jackpot. There you go.
Yep. Yeah. So we got that going for us, and yeah. So we're gonna dive in, and I'm gonna just start off with we got the OG with the thumbs up,
And Steve-O.
and Steve-O. You know what? Hey, he says, "Hey fellas, I'm gonna start off. My favorite card designer, Steve. There you go. Card designer and T-shirt model. Favorite right there, Steve.
The issue is Steve best models T-shirts when he's twirling around his head. But
hey, if you know, let's put it this way: Steve makes what would make one of these look great. Just saying. I made mention of what my favorite game is, or favorite game I've played. My all-time Jay Wiley says, "Screw you, Steve doesn't make cards. I do." Oh, and we lost McMurray. I don't know. I've seen some of Steve's stuff, man. He's pretty good. And Jay Wiley, you're going to be happy because my favorite game is Fistful of Lead.
The dumbest shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
What? You hit the wrong button?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. I don't know if you saw this, but Jay Wiley comes and says, "Screw you, Steve doesn't make cards. I do."
Yeah, I wasn't going to comment on that. I just figured somebody had pointed out.
He said greeting cards, that is. Yeah, because, Steve has made all the Star Wars character cards, if I'm not mistaken. He made the Battlesuit Alpha deck playing cards.
Steve makes some mighty fine book covers, too.
Yes, he does. So,
but so does Jay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, between the two of them, they make an amazing product.
You graphic design folks are impressive.
Fistful of Lead is my favorite game. Even more favorite than my own game I've been creating for the last 30 plus years. So, because as I've said many times before, I can literally play with any of the miniatures I own with those rules. There's not a miniature I have that I cannot play Fistful of Lead with. And I know people say, "Oh, you're just a shill for Jay Wiley and his stuff." Yeah, absolutely. But even if I wasn't, I would still say it's my favorite game. Even if Jay told me, "You know what? I'm giving you the warm-up treatment. You're out. You're not allowed here anymore," I still play the game. There you have it. Now my favorite game I have ever played, and I'm talking about a specific game scenario, etc. Back about, right around 30 years ago, I got a chance to play an Alamo game. I know. You're all shocked that it would have something to do with Texas. But the reason is, first off, it was a 28 millimeter game. Had the Alamo in near scale size. And had all 189 Texicans modeled and close to 1,500 Mexican models, Mexican troops. So it was an amazing game. We played for about 4 hours, and it played out. I don't remember what rules we used. It might have been some home brew that was cooked up, but it was. I played it in Kansas City at a game convention there, and it played out almost exactly as history as history had it, and it was amazing. It was fabulous. It was a great time. The only detractor I had from it was excuse me, when I went up to one of the convention, and here we go, Mr. Hex to Hex. When I went up to one of the game or the convention coordinators and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know, some feedback. That the game that just completed the Alamo game, it was fabulous. It was amazing. There was real back and forth. Although it ended up historically, accurate, it wasn't until the very end did it ever feel like the Texans were ever out of it. And so I thought, for a historical game, you had, some historical viability. Let's see, was it the Alamo rules with defenders all roll d6s, but Mexicans only get on one die for a group straight. I honestly I don't remember. Like I said, I don't remember the mechanics of the game. I just remember it was a fabulous game. And when I went and talked to, and Jay Wiley will know who I'm talking about. When I went to talk to Rick Dance about it, because he was one of the guys running the show, he's like, "Well, what do you expect from a historical game?" Well, I expected that something might have had a chance of being different, but no, it didn't happen that way. But yeah, don't be a dick about it. So, but no, that was I think back to all of the different games that I've played, and that by far is probably one of my greatest games. Okay. He says, yeah, it is. The guy used to run it all the time at tabletop. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't remember the mechanics. I just remembered that it was a great time, and I killed a lot of Mexicans. So there you go. What is oh well, yeah, there you go. Same convention, Fistful of Lead was born. Yes. If you haven't heard the story, Jay Wiley was at that convention. He played, or he wanted to talk to somebody about, a Western game, and they kind of blew him off. And so he said, fine, I'll go do my own thing. Went and bought some cowboy miniatures, and hence Fistful of Lead, and the rest is history. I know that's a very, very, very glossed over of what actually happened, but close enough. I'm no biographer. McMurray, Steve wants to know, thanks for coming out to play some VSF. Glad you got home safe. He doesn't want to know. He says he's telling you.
Yeah, man.
Things.
It was an awesome game. It was an awesome game. I got a couple VSF. God damn it. A couple of Victorian sci-fi type objects on the painting table right about now. Hang on a sec.
Jay Wiley says you slept in his yard.
if that's an option, the next few conventions are going to be significantly better for me.
Walkabout Chris Long is in the house. He says, "Hey McMurray,
What up, Chris? This should look
did
familiar.
you pack my order?"
I didn't. Unfortunately. There have been a few of our viewers and other people that I've seen that I've packed the orders for but I did not see one for you recently, Chris. I think I might have seen one before, but there's another one. Another Victorian sci-fi-esque vehicle.
Mr. Wiley wants to know if we got our swag.
I did not.
Yes, I have. And I actually gave away some swag this past weekend at J3. I handed out tape measures that I already had handy. So all of the attendees at J3 this year, which was 4, not counting me or my brother, got to take home a Wiley Games tape measure, because I knew these were on their way, so I could replace the ones that I gave away. So yeah. So I got some more tape measures. Not only did I get tape measures, I got empty little stickers too.
Nice.
And a veritable crap ton of coasters. And y'all have seen these items before, but these will be going out to folks in various and sundry ways. Thanks to the kindness of the Baroness. So, and we got Warmut in the house.
Oh, holy smokes! Look at everybody on here.
What's up?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. To answer the question, I received it. My brother Jay also received his box, and he's actually doing a giveaway. If you follow him on Twitter, at the Veteran Wargamer, he's got a contest going, and basically, and I don't know about Twitter. I'm not a Twitter person. I don't tweet, whatever. But I guess if you retweet his comment, your name's in the hat. If you do some other thing with Twitter, connecting him and you and Wiley, you get more names in the hat. I don't know, but he's giving the stuff away over on Twitter. So if you have not already, if you're a tweeter. What? Anyway, if you do the Twitter thing, and you have not yet followed the Veteran Wargamer, I would highly recommend it. So
carne asada burrito.
Go do that. So there you go. So we know my favorite game. My favorite miniatures game, Fistful of Lead. Board game right now, my favorite board game. I'm still going to go with the Hunters. I really, really like that one. World of War 85 is definitely a close second. I have not played Salerno or Salerno 43 or Normandy 44 enough to see whether I how much I like them. I know I'm gonna like them because the little bit I have played with them, I've found very enjoyable. I do get I get what's what I'm looking for, the immersion. There you go. I feel very much, especially with Normandy 44. I really felt like I was re reenacting or reliving uh, the movie The Longest Day. So I think that's going to be pretty good. I like it. Um, so McMurray, what is your favorite game? What miniatures game? What is your favorite set of rules?
Jesus Christ, I don't know. You know how many? I mean, I don't even know if I could narrow. Like we'd have to break it into categories. Like I don't even know if I could tell you my favorite naval rule set.
That's fair.
I
I mean, you are very far ranging when it comes to rules. You've got scads of rules.
yeah, because I tend to find miniatures that I like or a period that I like, and then acquire rules and determine which rules I want to play. Not, you know, find rules or get a rule book and then move from miniatures to there. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
move for those miniatures to play those rules. Usually, I find miniatures that I like or miniatures that I own or I have or I want to do. And then I move from there. For skirmish level games and small, even big skirmish stuff, for most games, most periods, it's going to be Fistful of Lead. Because, again, like you guys have seen, the absurd number of, periods and whatnot, the go-to that's always a solid go-to because I already know what I'm doing. I don't have to worry about learning new rules or finding new rules or getting questions answered for rules that may or may not have, rules authors that are accessible. Not only is Jay accessible, but I've played enough Fistful of Lead that it's not problematic for me to, have to, oh, well, there's one thing I don't know. Let's go, or there's something I don't know. Let's go find it. So that's not something that I particularly worry about anymore. So for that, we've got that. For Age of Sail stuff, see, again, and this is the issue. Most of it depends on what I'm in the mood to play. Like if I want to play, say, Java versus the Constitution, or the Constitution versus Derriere or Guerriere, or Macedonian versus, what was it, President, for single or 2 or 3 ship actions, probably post captain. But once you get more than, a ship or 2 aside, it is when work is really simple and fun to play. In terms of larger scale land conflict, I mean, I've had fun playing Battle Group. I've had fun playing Blitzkrieg Commander and Cold War Commander. I don't know. I like playing, so it's not, as long as the rules aren't an impediment to my fun.
Right.
It's not a huge deal to me. I know some people are really fixated on what rules they play, whether that's only Games Workshop or no Games Workshop or whatever. That doesn't necessarily bother me as much as if the game is fun and I'm having fun and I like the game and I like the people I'm playing with, and the rules are kind of secondary. Like I was just talking about those Age of Sail rules, and then 2 weekends ago or so, I played Limeys and Slimeys for the first time. I've had the rules before. I've never really played with the rules, but I played with them a couple Saturdays ago locally here. It was super fun. Had a great time. The models were all right. They were pretty fun. Usually I'm not a huge fan of 28 millimeter naval stuff necessarily, but you know what? I had fun. It was a good time. The rules were simple. Again, they didn't impede me having fun, so it wasn't a problem. I liked those rules. I liked the people that I played with. That was fun. Limeys and Slimies is also free for a just kind of player's version, not necessarily for a full rule book, but for, a quick reference sheet that you can play the game off of. I think it's 2 pages long, 3 pages long. It's free. So I got on them internets and downloaded that. And so I've painted, I don't know how many 28 millimeter pirates. Now I'm painting up, cannibals or whatnot to eat the pirates. But again, that was an outstanding time. I would really like to play pirates from flagship games, which is actually a rule set Jay turned me on to. Thomas Foss was one of the writers on that set of rules. They look really fun, but they also look like they're just complicated enough that I'd really like to have someone to kind of explain it to me. So maybe we can figure that out at some point in time if we can get Thomas on here or something like that. But I don't know. For a model count of 10 to 15 guys aside at the most, or in the bigger battle scheme of things, it's certainly a fistful of lead. Just like for all the reasons that you said, for all the reasons that I pointed out, it's not something that I have to worry about. It doesn't impede my gameplay. It allows me the creative flexibility to really do whatever I want with it. So it's pretty awesome. And yeah, sometimes I get to play with Steve and Jay and Chris and all kinds of fun folks. Toddy or Wardrobe plays World War II or whoever it is, or if Mini Warmutt over here is putting on a virtual game. I've played in a couple of virtual games with Mini Warmutt. Put on a bunch of games. That's always entertaining.
All right. Very cool. What can you pinpoint a single game session that you remember really well that you love thinking about because it was such a great experience?
Yeah, so we've talked about this in passing before, but kind of my first exposure to war games was a great big World War II game using, essentially toy soldiers, but not the big scale toy soldiers, the little scale that you used to be able to get in the big bags. And you get, 300 guys. They were somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 millimeter.
Yeah.
And then you could get tanks dirt cheap. Again, they were just plastic in different colors. But my first wargaming experience was at my local library as part of a summer program when I was in middle school. And I had so much fun playing in those couple games that I played with the gentleman locally here that put it on, who I've never been able to meet or figure out who it was. It would be awesome to do so. You might be dead by now, to be honest with you, because it's been 20-something years. But that, if I had to pick out one wargame experience that is my favorite, there was just so much fun to be had there. There was zero competitiveness whatsoever. Nobody knew what the hell we were doing. We just said, okay, there's that. What do we do? And the guy said, okay, you need, to roll a 4 on that die over there. Cool. There we go. And that's what kind of, kicked everything off. And I'm sure some of the positivity of that experience is because I had no idea what I was doing,
Yeah.
I'm sure if I went back and played those rules, there'd be things in them that I'm not a huge fan of, things in them that I love, things in them that, well, whatever. But, at the time it was a war game on a passable enough table to make me really enjoy it and become really curious about it. Eventually a buddy of mine said, hey, do you want to play this game called Warhammer 40K? I said, sure. Played 40K for a long time, realized how dumb that was. And, just went back to that passion of history and miniature wargaming. Are you going to ask about Hex Encounter next? balls. It'd have to be a toss-up between two, to be honest with you, most likely being War at Sea. Every time I see that game, every time I think about that game, every time I play that game, it's, wow, that was really fun. I should get that out again. And for the exact same reason, MMP's Bastogne. Again, two completely different games, very, very different feels, very different, play, very different settings and everything. Both outstanding games that every time I play or think about, it's one of those, man, this is awesome. Man, that was great. I should pull that up and play that. And there we go. Those are probably the two, if I had to guess. And there's plenty of other really good games. That's the issue, is Hex and Counter gamers kind of remind me of how I do rules anyways, right? Because a lot of times you play one or two games of a game with a rule set, and then you might play it again in a couple years or so. But the point is, there's a lot of experience and everything you run into. Usually there's one or two things that you really like. Man, it'd be cool if that could be integrated into this, or vice versa. But those would probably be my two favorite Hex and Counter if I had to choose them. And don't come at me. I know that Victory at Sea is not a traditional Hex and Counter game. I know I didn't say Wooden Ships, Iron Men, or Flying Colors. That's so Jeff will shut up in a minute here.
Well, mine isn't exactly Hex and Counter either.
Well, that's fair. That is fair. We call them board war games. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. If you do a gun to forehead, it has to be an actual Hex and Counter. I right now I'd go World at War 85.
Yeah, I'd just touch save probably Bastogne.
So,
although Crossfire Aprils is pretty awesome.
Let's see. What About Games says Battle Group is my favorite World War II rule set, but O Group is coming close to beating it.
Battle Group is fun. I've played a good amount of Battle Group with some good folks. The command system is pretty interesting.
Chuck says Hex and Counter modern, Holland 44, and any of the other 19.4X games. Cool. And then Last Century Hex and Counter, AH Air Assault on Crete, and variants Malta and Cyprus. And Steve says, and thank the maker you are clothed while you play, McMurray.
Yeah, well, eventually the maker's going to make sure that Steve isn't, and then that's going to be a hilarious day. So that's something that everybody should, as everybody knows, sometimes every other Tuesday, sometimes real life gets in the way, and so it's a little more spread out. But over on Wiley Games YouTube channel, they've got BSing with the Baron and Steve. It's been a while since anyone's had a mailbag entry that demands Steve play with no shirt on, but I feel like if enough of us submit that suggestion, it might actually happen someday, which would be a red letter day for internet wargaming worldwide, to say the least.
Right.
So submit that. Make it as awkward as possible for Steve.
Chuck says his favorite skirmish minis game is Fistful of Lead.
Yeah, Chuck's been playing Fistful of Lead like crazy, man.
Yeah, he has.
Chuck's been hobbying the bejesus out of it too. He's been painting up those space mouse and everything.
Yep. And Steve says Jay is always bottomless.
There you go. I don't know if that's a drinking reference, or I've never seen Jay not wearing pants in his own basement, which I'm not gonna lie is a little weird for me because I couldn't tell you the last time I wore pants in my own basement, but that's okay.
Warmutt, you want to chime in? What we're not going to ask you your favorite Hex and Counter game because you have one and it sent you to the hospital. So what do you got for us on I guess for board games, I mean, board games.
Zombicide is a board game.
Zombicide, man. Zombicide.
Yeah,
all day.
Zombicide's a board game, but it's also a miniature game. So, I mean, you could
Yeah.
probably kill two birds with one stone there.
Exactly. So, yeah. I'm the new guy here, so I don't have as much history as you guys do.
Sure. But, I know you really dig the Zombicide, and I'm glad you found something that resonates with you that
Oh, yeah.
really got you to dive into the hobby.
Yeah. So,
That makes me super happy because I'm all about getting people into the hobby. And if Zombicide did it for you, outstanding.
yeah, it did. Hooked me, man. So, and then of course, Fistful of Lead. And
Yeah.
I've actually been opening up the book a lot to 5 parsecs here lately too.
5
So,
parsecs
Oh, yeah.
from home.
Yeah, I've been looking at that because that's that brings back it's a mishmash of Dungeons and Dragons or Gamma World, whatever, with miniature wargaming.
Right.
So, if you enjoy doing a lot of dice rolling and with the 100 count tables in there and stuff and create worlds and all that, that's the game. So,
Very cool.
But I've been, I want a game, but I keep building terrain and painting miniatures and stuff, and I never get to the gaming part. So
I'm painting up all these miniatures, and I'm the same way.
So hopefully here I get you guys in a Zombicide game here. That's been my goal. So,
You keep threatening me.
oh, I know. Oh, you guys will play. It's fun. So.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I have no doubt I'll have fun.
And I'm sitting there looking at how you put the tiles together. I was like, well, why not put a Wiley's Games into this?
Yeah.
You can use the board as terrain, whatever, and streets and whatever, and have at it. It'll be two dimensional. So there's a lot of things, but no.
We got Todd. He's probably just jumping in real quick to see how things are going. He's, I guess, one of the Chillins is back from being not at home, so spending time with them. So, but he says that's interesting about O Group. Walk about what do you like about O Group? And
Yes,
says,
Todd and I were playing a good amount of Chain of Command, and we're both big fans of that.
yeah, I like Chain of Command also.
Chain of Command is pretty outstanding.
Yeah, as far as a World War II game, that I think Chain of Command is probably my favorite.
I need to just talking about Lardy's games. I need to get my hands on a good solid copy of. Well, I have a good solid copy of, but I need to get a game in of Kiss Me Hardy.
I'm down.
I've never played it.
I don't even have the rules, so you figure it out. We'll play it.
2 printed copies. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Again, It Always Won't Work is a really simple, easy, fun system for stuff up to a couple squadrons or a squadron aside. But yeah,
Jeffy,
Yes, Yes.
what is your favorite all-time Hex Encounter game? I know you got like about 800,000 of them.
Well, no, my favorite is still to this day Terrible Swift Sword.
All right, that's the one you can always break out and immediately get to playing, right?
Yeah, never have to look at the rules ever because I've had it since I was 8.
There you go. It's always nice to have that one go-to.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I haven't set it up in a couple of years, but whenever I pull out any game, it doesn't even matter what era game I pull out to play. Somewhere along the line, I think about Terrible Swift Sword.
Now, remind me what does that
ACW.
cover? What
the SBI Gettysburg Original Monster.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the great battles in the American Civil War games from GMT and everybody. That's where they started from. Well, not from that
Okay.
game, but from that system.
So it's Gettysburg.
Yeah, 3 master.
All right.
And what system ultimately, or what game ultimately, led to that, Jeff?
Stonewall was the first one.
Oh, for Christ's sakes! I mean, the monster game that led to that.
That was the first monster.
I thought War Between the States was a primary precursor to GBACW.
No, not the same system.
Oh, never mind. Then I can't send it to you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to send you a game that wasn't your favorite.
But you will, because you love me to pieces.
E4 Airman says, "Sorry, so late at grandson's birthday party." Hey, I understand being a grandson's birthday party. I've got several, and being at their birthday parties is very important. So I hope the little and or big guy had fun for their birthday. Wardrobe wants to know. He says, "I like that mystery guest on the bottom right. Are they in witness protection?"
Who?
He's referring to the guy in the dark.
Oh, the silhouette.
Yeah, Mr. Shadows. Walkabout says, "I like the scale of play in that. I can play past battalion level and not take days to play a game."
Huh?
Oh, group.
Yeah, referring to O Group.
Don't know what it is.
And then he says, "I need to get a game of ABSM in."
Ain't been shot, Mom. That'd
Yep.
be pretty outstanding.
I have played it
Possessive hand.
once.
I was down.
And it was good. I liked it. Of course, I have not run across a single Lardy's game I didn't like.
I'm about to say, I think isn't I Ain't Been Shot, Mom based on loosely the same system as Charlie Don't Surf?
Kind of in Quadrant 13. Yeah, they're all quote unquote company level games.
No, I got you. I thought that big man and card activate, or that
Yeah.
style of leadership and activation was all relatively the same between those few, and then to a certain extent to Sharp Practice as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a little different than the dice in Chain of Command.
He says, Walkabout Games. Chris Long says, "Playing some Cold War Commander at the moment." That's the new version that just came out.
That's good, Chris. I like that.
What's that? Yeah, I the playtest version that we played, and I've gotten a crap ton of views on. I liked.
Oh yeah,
It was
absolutely.
enjoyable. So, what is? We'll go around the horn here. What movie or book or TV series, when you watch it, you immediately start thinking about either how you would play it in a game, or you can see how a game that you've played relates to the real world?
Well, let me go first, because mine's easy, because I'm not like what you guys do. The only movie that ever trips my trigger, and this would be towards a minis game, would be Kelly's Heroes, trying to figure out how to play that in a tabletop.
Jeff,
Oh,
it's
absolutely
hashtag
that.
triggered.
Yeah,
You guys heard it here first.
we could absolutely do that. And to be honest, you could probably do it with Fistful of Lead.
Kelly's Heroes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be pretty much ideal for it. But yeah.
Because you got all you get all the individual characters in there. Again,
Yeah, I mean, and Warlord makes the Shermans and the Tiger and everything like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Those are
Go ahead.
anything, man. Like, I was watching Hunt for Red October earlier because I was bored and, caught myself thinking of traits and whatnot. if I were to just go for it and play Fistful of Lead with it, which, again, is one of those things that like I said, as my familiarity with the system increases, I tend to catch myself doing stuff like that, which is kind of nice. Kind of simple to just be able to look at something and be like, yeah, sure, that'd be fun. Let's do that.
You hunt for October.
I'm going to have teriyaki chicken right now, guys.
Brian,
Of course
so
you
you're
are.
leaving to have chicken?
Yeah, teriyaki. Oh, and then Paul shows up. Hey, Paul.
Hey,
Mr.
Paul.
Beckus.
I'll join if I can. If you guys are still on.
All right.
See
All
you.
right. Have a good dinner, buddy.
We will be here until Paulie goes to sleep.
Yep.
My man.
Chris Long says he's playing Cold War Commander 2, BAOR versus DRG.
Battles of the American Revolution? No.
No, British Army of the
No.
Rhine. Jesus.
I don't know. You all are mini nerds. I'm not a mini nerd. I don't know that.
Get out of here. You served in Germany when the British Army of the Rhine was there.
And
Well, you should know.
why should I know? We didn't call
You're
them
always
that.
calling me a whippersnapper and a kid and shit.
We didn't call them that.
What'd you call them?
We
Limeys?
called them comrades.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What side of the wall were you on, man? Jesus.
Were you alive in 1981,
No.
I was.
82, 83, 84, 85?
No.
None of those was he alive for.
Yeah, then shut the hell up. We called them comrades.
That's my point. You ought to know, dickhead. How do I know? It's not my fault you were too busy forming workers' parties inside of barracks rooms.
I used to have a German smoke platoon in our military, our Willys M151 Jeeps that were attached to my scout platoon. They went with us everywhere.
A smoke platoon?
Yeah, they had smoke generators in the back of their Jeeps.
Oh.
Well, there you
They
have it.
weren't the smoke generators?
Yeah, they did them.
Yeah, Germans smoked a lot.
Just it's as easy as, finding yourself a platoon of Canadians, pumping them full of, Labatt Blue and handing them a couple cartons of cheap
Canadian
darts.
mobile mess halls were the best.
You're just a huge pancake guy, huh?
Pancake, sausage, bacon, everything you wanted on that damn line. One guy cooking it all by himself.
Hey, man, that's the power seer, baby.
E4 Erman says, I love to play Bolt Action, Flames of War, Victory at Sea, and Command in colors. And I have TSR across three Aprils.
That, again, Across My Aprils was one of my favorites. That's a really fun game to play.
What's across 3 Aprils? Do I have that one?
What's the difference?
Aprils. Victory Games, TSR Gettysburg. There you go. Is that,
Yeah, I have the TSR version of that of Gettysburg. If you talk about the TSR's Terrible Swift Sword, Air, with the pink and green map. Are we talking about across 5 Aprils, A5A?
I would assume
Probably so. Well, this was an earlier version before the last two battles actually happened.
Oh, they made this one like in 1863.
Right.
Yeah, it's the one Jeff played at first.
Well, I think Jeff wrote it.
No, if Jeff had wrote it, like the only things you would have were, the firing on Fort Sumter and I don't know,
First Bull Run.
other acts of deception like First Bull Run. Other acts of treasonous deception or whatnot.
Brits versus East Germany. So
These Germans were pansies.
Chuck
Isn't
says,
that what the dude from Stripes said?
Yeah. Yes.
Good.
You're
What's
not
that?
stupid, Air.
Let's see. Oh, he's playing time frame 89 to 93.
Yeah, I left over there in 87.
God damn, you're old.
Look at Chuck. I was in 81. He was 27. I was 19.
I was 11.
You're still old, Jeff.
Me-
Chuck's just
me-
distinguished.
Oh, nice.
It's okay. Nobody's as old as Warnut. Oh, he got off here, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
That's no fun. Well, somebody's getting
Oh,
tips.
absolutely. Yes. Oh. No.
What?
no.
Bring him in.
Who is it?
Harrington.
Oh, Schneike.
Yes, we are about to get a rare sighting from across the pond, boys and girls. Well, boys.
Well, Steve's here.
Hey now. Hey.
What? Steve's pretty.
So, for me, I really, when I first watched Band of Brothers, the third episode when they're going into Carentan, I could see when Winters is out there. There he is. Good evening or early morning, sir. Welcome.
Holy shit.
Was tomorrow a bank holiday or some shit and you don't have to be up at, in 4 hours?
No, just some sort of sleep patterns are all messed up at the moment. So I thought I'm awake.
Outstanding. Well, we're happy to have you, John. If you didn't know what we're talking about our favorite things. We've been discussing our favorite miniatures game rule set, our favorite experience with a game, and then, if you are so inclined, favorite hex encounter game. So I'll let you catch up.
Thank you.
So in order, each one of those you have 30 seconds. Go.
Right. Favorite miniatures that I can provide pictures for. Basically, any miniatures. Oh, he's trying to get the focus thing. Any miniature I have fun, I have an idea about that I want to paint. It just amuses me. So a very large, noise marine on a stack of amps. I hope this one comes through as well.
Oh, Hagar the Horrible.
Exactly. Why do you have one of those miniatures? What use is that? Well, none, but it's good fun.
I could find something for him in a this full light game.
That's actually true. Yes, it will probably fit these. And the trilogy.
Is that the Badger Monk?
Yes, yeah. These are all from Badgers and Burrows, or Burrows and Badgers game. But they're beautiful miniatures to paint. They're so full of character to paint. So that's why they're my favourite, because they're fun to paint. They almost paint themselves. So that would be my favourite.
Paint themselves, I wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, I like that. But you know what I mean. It's sometimes miniatures just the paint just flows off. The idea works. So yeah, that's favourite miniatures. I don't have a favourite hex encounter game. I don't have any hex encounter games. Very sorry. You might kick me out now. I don't know.
No.
We'll just kick Jeff out. It's okay.
Favorite game? Well, easy. Antares by some margin. Just because I play it a lot as well.
I figured that.
Yeah. What was it? What was the other one? What have I missed?
Your favorite experience with a game, not necessarily an Antares game, but just you fondly remember that one time you were playing a game, and it brings you happiness every time you think about it.
And never mind.
Yeah.
Stop.
It almost certainly when we're testing a particular scenario. It wasn't Antares, but I do play an awful lot of that. But testing out a scenario, and it was one person versus four, with the opponents trying to basically storm the castle or storm your fortress. And it's the first time we tested it. I set up as the one versus huge numbers of opposition. I had basically an endless, really repeating supply of squads. So when I lost the squad, I basically got them back again, and it was just hilarious because we started messing around. I started messing around with psychological warfare with my opponents in terms of trying to get them to think they'll probably start attacking each other and they ought to watch their own flanks rather than worry about me. And the game descended into almost utter chaos after about 2 hours. But it was just one of those games when it was just fun. People were rolling dice and it was going either really well or really wrong. No one was rolling average dice. They were all just extremes. And it was 5 of us plus the plus Tim in charge, just having a laugh for about 2.5, 3 hours. I think he's up with this game. I mean, it didn't work. The final version of it had to be changed massively because it was. But it was just one of those games. It was beautiful chaos.
Nice. Those are the type of games that really are enjoyable. Is when things are moving along and you decide you're going to go your own way on doing something and just cause havoc.
Yeah. And we were actually playing the rules. It was just the way the scenario set up just meant havoc was, as it turned out, inevitable. So yeah, there you go. That'll be my favourite scenario. That was just good fun.
There's one there that's at 4. There's 5. So you need to look at.
Hi, Donna.
McMurray says hi.
Hi.
So
I got a raise.
Yeah, that's what Chris said, but you had to go back to work.
yeah, exactly. She was bringing me my football schedule.
There
It's
you go.
since I run the scoreboard for the football games, I gotta know when to be there to run the scoreboard. Anyway, so now we're talking about media, where favorite movies or TV shows or books that when we consume them in whatever fashion we consume them in, we immediately think about a game or how we want to game it, or a way to, or we see how in reality the rules work for us. And I've got a lot of them. And believe it or not, Star Wars isn't even in the top 5. I know that's a shock to everybody, but the one that I always remember, like I was saying when John first jumped on, is when watching the episode Carentan of Band of Brothers, when they're making their advance into the town and they start taking machine gun fire, and you see Winters out there in the middle of the road, literally kicking his men to get them to advance. And that's a perfect example of how you can use your senior leader in
Chain of command.
In chain of command to get troops moving.
Right, literally exactly what you're seeing there. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So I can watch that show, and in every instance of a combat scene, I envision how those directly relate to chain of command or Blitzkrieg Commander.
Oh, okay.
So, and E4 Airman says he is currently reading Red Storm Rising. That absolutely gets the juices flowing for playing any number of games. World at War 85. Check your 6 Jet Age.
Jeff, are you throwing dice right now?
I
Yes,
am,
he
sir.
is.
Which
I am.
place?
Throwing very large dice very loudly, I suppose.
Yes, I am.
What are you playing?
Crossing the Line, the Aachen game from Buka.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, Red Storm Rising definitely gets me going on wanting to play Cold War. I can, especially the ground combat thing. Definitely want to break out World War 85 on that one. So there you go. Steve says, I loved the board game called Attack.
There's a classic. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's a World War II one, isn't it?
Yeah. Damn, I ain't even heard that in a long time. Well, I go to BGG, but that's not available anymore.
No, just the Geek Market's down, isn't it?
I thought all of BGG was down.
Wait, they
Well,
took
I
down
was-
the entirety of Board Game Geek?
I was on it yesterday.
Oh, okay. Okay, so just the marketplace thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought they were just disassembling the Geek Market so they could put it on something else.
Yeah,
And
it's still here.
My
That
dumbass.
The first game of Attack was made in 1940.
So here's a question: is the Geek Market still there, or did I miss that cutoff?
It's gone.
Dang it! Hey Jeff, you want to send me a copy of War in the Pacific or Victory in the Pacific?
If I had it, brother, I would.
I know you would, buddy.
In a heartbeat. I'd send you any naval game I have.
What if I threw you a curveball and sent you a naval game?
Well, the pain would be eased a little bit if it was boxed around War Between the States.
All right. I'm just going to keep an unknown quantity of counters from War Between the States until you play the naval game, and then you'll get an envelope with the needed counters.
You need to find a game that does Monitor versus Merrimack.
Yakinto Ironclads.
There you go.
You ever play that, Jeff?
No, it's a naval game.
Well, it's Civil War, though.
Chris Long says, I'm making my naval air arm chits for modern naval.
Oh,
How are you going about doing that? if I may ask. And then E4 Airman says, getting me ready for giant package to come on 85. There you go. Hold on one second.
Mr. Harrington, how's the Antares painting coming?
Slowly but steadily. I
Slowly
finished
but
off all my Ascar aliens last week, and said, "Blimey!" to myself, that was 3 squads, so 14, so 19 miniatures, and said to myself, "I really hate painting large numbers of squads. I prefer to do 1 or 2 at a time." But squads are good to get the content, and you might not be able to see, but there are currently dozens on my table again.
I'm about to say, I got to have the exact opposite problem. This is a batch of 35 of these cannibals.
Okay.
Well, that's good, though.
Yeah, so these are some of the Vol aliens, which are the new race that are just about to come out for Antares. I'm just trying to build up an army now. So we're busy painting them. It's been interesting. It's one of the interesting problems is because no one's got them yet, or very few people have got them. There's no kind of pool of people, albeit this who's painted them. I'm having to work out what color schemes are and how they work myself, which I've never had to do before. I know lots of people have, but it's an interesting challenge to have. Is I can't just go and look up on the internet and what have people done before.
It's an extra layer of complexity, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really given me appreciation for sort of studio painters who, do this thing day in, day out. And if it's a historical one, you've obviously got some, you've got pictures and or descriptions you can use to give you a starter for 10. But something like this, it's literally well, what colours do you do? So, it's keeping me amused.
It's good.
Which is control. But I'm trying to think of movies or media that have inspired me to play the game. I think a lot of it is I'll see a movie or so and go, I wish there was a game of that, just for fun. So Firefly, it'd be great if there was a game of that. Just be quite fun to play. Some sort of trading spacecraft game with a bit of combat for good measure. Fly the Serenity around. It's that sort of thing I tend to think of. I'm just going to go back to bed, I think.
Yeah, because
I should really look at the internet before I open my mouth, shouldn't I?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see things and think about it, and I should really, really see, because quite often there's a game about it anyway.
No. You just make it up on your own, John.
What's he carrying? His Nintendo mini case?
What?
That's what it looked like.
What?
Well, no, that's his doctor satchel.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, wash.
What do you mean to say wash?
No. Wash. Washburn.
Yeah.
Of course, you got Mal.
Yeah.
I really need to get these guys primed up and painted.
I'm about to say I still have those from Battle Valor, as well as a whole bunch of Reavers that I should probably just knock out at some point in time.
John, what's that big bottle of white stuff there in front of your palette? Is that just
Sorry, what's the
white paint?
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just Stylen Res. It's airbrush primer.
Oh, okay.
I don't normally have it on the paint table. That's only because I found when I was having primed all these dozen minis, I then suddenly found out one bit that was wrong. I had to take it off and just used to reprime it. Yeah, the airbrush is behind me because that's always useful. I've been trying to use these. I'm off topic here again. I didn't see it, but I've been trying to use the airbrush just to kind of get the basic on these, so you get the darker on the base, going to a lighter on the top. It's coming out on camera, just to kind of speed up the process when I'm doing a lot of minis. Just get to lay down the base color of the airbrush and then start washing and highlighting from there.
Like Murray and I, we wear our airbrushes out.
Like around our necks, like neckties, or what? Because
you wear it out,
don't airbrush miniatures with them. I don't know what you're talking about. I think Jeffy's back to one of those senior moments where he's very, very confused right now.
No, I'm a big fan of my airbrush, but yes, I'm not going to say wearing it out, but I'm certainly having to keep quite a bit of maintenance on it to keep them going.
Hey, take care of yourself, Hissy.
We can answer Wardrobe's question for McMurray. Why don't you help Wardrobe resolve his issue there with that?
What is it?
What's your favorite board game?
Oh, it's Rostov, isn't it?
Yeah, he's coming up blank.
I was about to say, I believe if you go back in the annals of Wardrobe Plays World War II and you find the SCS from MMP, you can find the Standard Combat Series game Rostov. And I believe in that video, Wardrobe states that Rostov is his favorite SCS game, which thus makes it his favorite game.
Yes, I believe we have video evidence of that.
Watch, he's going to take that video down, and then we're going to feel like dicks. That or everybody run over to Wardrobe Plays World War II real quick, find the Rostov video, and make some sort of comment about, man, this does look really good. This is probably going to be my favorite game too.
I think we need a poll. We need to put up a poll.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn my camera off real quick and jump on over to Wardrobe Plays World War II, and I'll leave the first comment. You guys can feel free to do some goofy stuff as well.
Oh, there you go. Which aircraft were you having a hard time finding?
One's a fly.
Shut it. Another movie that I've watched that immediately gets me to want to game is Red Dawn, the original, not the crappy remake with Chris Hemsworth in it. I watch Red Dawn and I can immediately figure out how to score up the characters in Fistful of Lead.
That would be cool.
For Red Dawn?
Red Dawn.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got that movie on DVD. I think I had it on VHS originally.
Yeah, because it's awesome.
I've got it. It's just good, isn't it?
It is quite outstanding. Yeah.
I mean, there's a certain amount of cheese associated with it, but it's of a movie of its time.
You take that back. That movie is outstanding.
Yeah, it is a great film, and probably it is in my top 10 all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, it's probably not far off that for me as well. Actually, it's thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah. Now, my all-time, and people will fight me on this tooth and nail, but I don't care because they don't think it's a Western, but it is absolutely a Western, and that is Blazing Saddles.
Dog,
Yeah.
man,
My
I have
all-time
miniatures
from Knuckle Duster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get that set. I really do.
They do a Blazing Saddles. Oh, right. Okay. Yes. I need you to go shopping for me.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I had. Let me grab them real quick. They're sitting right over here. I know exactly where they're at.
I knew we'd get him to dig into his what the fuck piles.
Well, that's perfectly reasonable.
But yeah, it's people say, well, it's not a real Western because it's a comedy. I don't care.
It's comedy. The genre of film is not defined by whether it's funny or not.
Right.
How many comedies aren't funny?
A lot.
Yeah, that is most definitely. Yeah, definitely a Fistful of Lead scenario. That isn't it? You must be able to knock a few of the scenes from the film up.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got your railhead when he's coming up there and takes himself hostage, and yeah.
Let's see.
You're going to show us any pictures?
Camera's off. Dang it. There you go.
Let me get you in big end here. There you go.
Mungo.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
And the great thing is that there's three characters. There's Black Bart, there's Mungo, and there is Jim.
The Waco Kid.
Yeah.
And what's great about it is they have both mounted and unmounted versions.
Oh,
and
okay.
I've got enough Wild West gentlemen that it shouldn't be hard to find a Hedy Lamarr. And then
That's Headley.
It's 1872. You can sue her. Same with Taggart, whatever the other guy's name is, and yeah.
The governor.
Yeah.
That's
a couple of the soul doves would do for his entourage quite nicely.
Exactly. Yeah, just such a great movie.
And all you got to do for add-ons is find some biker gangs.
Actually,
find some German infantry.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I have the Pancho Villa guys. We don't need no badges.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a good point.
Get some Arabs with long rifles.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it could be done.
It could be done quite easily.
Yeah. I mean, I love that movie.
The Old Glory prospector that comes in their Cowboys pack is a dead ringer for Gabby Johnson. Hey, it ain't down there here. Howard Johnson is right.
Great movie, Airman. Great movie.
Outstanding, isn't it?
Battleground with Van Johnson and Sahara with Bogart.
Oh, accurate.
Great movie.
Says
and what's his name from Fantasy Island?
Wait, what's Chris
Montalban
printing?
Ricardo Montalban.
I'm printing of Western Miniatures right now to paint for my kid for his store.
Nice. I'm about to say, I know, Chris, you just printed and painted a bunch of Western scenery, didn't you, with cactuses and whatnot? I'm pretty sure I saw that on the old Discord at some point.
Captain Gallant French Foreign Legion. There you go.
That would be cool. I've always playing Legion Day. What the hell is that called? With Captain Danjo and his wooden hand. The hell is that game called? What?
Deliverance.
No. Although Deliverance would be hilarious as well. We could just have Jeff. You could just stand by in the Deliverance game just to add ambiance.
Leave my teeth out.
I wasn't going that. I wasn't going to get that dirty about it. But sure, yeah, that works.
So another one of my all-time favorite movies, and people will fight me on this one also, because it is a musical.
The Producers?
No, but you're accurate. I'm not saying no, it's not. It's not one of my favorites. It's a good movie. I enjoy it, but the Blues Brothers.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely is a musical.
Tabletop Korean.
Could you make a game out of it, though?
Korea War Games.
Yes, we could. Oh my God. Can you imagine making like a Gaslands game out of the chase scene in the Blues Brothers?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, you're right.
Absolutely.
That would work.
Mother of God. You would need to imagine how much you'd have to spend on die-cast cop cars.
If you could find them at $1.50 a piece, you're talking $300-400.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you'd have to go to Dollar General for that, and it would cost so much. Even at $1 a piece.
But one of the greatest lines in that movie. What car are we? 55. This is car 55. We're in a truck.
Yeah. Oh, John Candy, what a genius! Oh, that movie is.
Foreman's back.
That movie is beyond fantastic.
Holy
103 police cars destroyed in that movie, apparently.
Yeah, I'm about to say that was an incredibly expensive scene. Yeah.
You got the sexy hands right there, man.
You're gorgeous,
Mr. John. That's Mr. John from across the pond.
Sexy hands. Holy crap! Hey, John.
He's a hand model.
I don't think I've ever been told I've got sexy hands before, but thank you.
Well, I guess Warmutt needs to get together with your girlfriend and fix that.
Right. E4 says I've got a great many Cowboys Marks 54 millimeter. You and Reese need to get together then, because he's all about
boy's a 54 millimeter fool, man.
Oh yeah, he is NVTS nuts.
That's Roman nuts.
Is that 1 to 35 scale?
Pretty much.
Roughly,
pretty close.
I want to see a tabletop game of the Korean War.
Well, Warmutt's working on the MASH.
Yeah, there must be one, surely.
Yeah, Warlord has Korean stuff out.
Yeah,
and that there's actually that's a huge game going around the UK right now. Is somebody made a 6 mil Korean board, and it's been making the show circuit over there, and it's making waves everywhere they take it for the Imjin River. I know it was at Joyous 6, and people took all kinds of pictures of it, and it seems like every time there's a show, there's more pictures circulating of it. It looks absolutely stellar. But Warlord Games put out
there's a Korean accessory for Bolt Action, isn't there?
Yeah, Korea stuff for Bolt Action, yeah.
Yeah. E. Foreman says they've got North Koreans and Chinese.
Yep. But they're all metal, which is kind of frustrating. You would think that they would make at least a plastic infantry set for the North or the Chinese.
Yeah.
Chuck, I'm not
Okay.
sold on these book war games.
What?
What's Shadow say?
This new trend with book war games.
Using the new book game from Worthington on to Moscow.
Okay.
There's been a lot of them that have popped up.
Yeah, we were talking about that torpedo one that Hissy Cat did a thing on.
Yeah, if you have not already gone over to Hissy Cat Studios YouTube channel, don't do it now because you're here. But once you're done here, head on over to Hissy Cat Studios. I know he's not on right now, but that's okay. I'll still pimp his channel. He's got a really good video showing the what's the name of the game? Something Torpedo Raiders or
Something like that. It's sitting over
Yeah.
on my dining room table over here.
yeah.
Oh,
And
Hiss is doing a lot of unique gameplays, like just stuff you've never heard of, print and play
Yeah.
stuff.
And then once you're done with that, go over to, if you search Wardrobe Plays World War II Rostov End of Game, go over and comment on how it's probably your favorite game now too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I
Do
already
that.
did that.
Outstanding. Yes.
Get that video, kick that video loose in an algorithm or two.
So, and I have probably said this several times, but I'm going to say it again. People will ask me which of the Star Wars movies is my favorite.
Rogue One.
No, Star Wars.
Solo.
That's
No.
fine, man. Rogue
Phantom
One.
Menace.
Oh,
Star
Oh,
Wars.
Phantom Menace has got to be the
I'm
top
talk-
one, isn't it?
I'm
Everyone's
talking
talking
does.
about me.
It has to be the top. No, it's
Yeah.
just empirically the best Star Wars movie. So if it's not your favorite, you're wrong.
Well, see, and that's where people misunderstand my point.
Jake
They ask
Lloyd.
me they ask me what my favorite Star Wars movie is, and I tell them Star Wars. And they say, but Empire Strikes Back is the best. But you
best
didn't
and
ask me
favorite.
you didn't ask me which of the Star Wars movies is the best. You asked me which is my favorite.
So it's Return of the Jedi.
Star Wars is my favorite because it is the one that introduced me to the Star Wars universe.
Which one is the first one you got escorted out of by an usher because you had some problems in the theater?
None of them.
He had
None
too
of them.
for his hands to handle.
You never got caught?
Nope.
Wow. There you go.
That's what the big popcorn bucket's for.
Let's be honest here. You could make do with the Jujube box, but all right.
Hey now.
I was thinking Tic Tac box, but okay.
Bam. Oh.
Oh,
You people suck.
I thought this was a family show.
Yeah, so did I. Anyway,
We're all family.
We're just making implications here. Yeah, the wrong kind of family. The issue is for Jeff, West Virginia family is the same as what
Yeah,
we're
see, that's
talking
norm
about.
out here.
What?
That's normal out here.
Yeah, I know. How is your sister wife?
Anywho,
I'm just kidding. This isn't Utah.
but right, but honestly, in my, going from my top three Star Wars movies are Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Rogue One.
Wow.
I have a very soft spot for Return of the Jedi because that's the first one I saw in cinemas. Not because I'm massively younger than you, it's just the first one that my parents took me to see at the Plaza Cinema in Truro. So
In where?
The Plaza Cinema in Truro. It's quite a famous UK cinema. But that's the first one I saw on the screen, and then probably was able to watch the others as soon as they came out when they did a sort of box set at the cinema once back in the days, and that's how you saw movies.
Nice.
But I agree, it's not the best by any margin, but it's it always hold a place as that's the one that introduced me to the world.
Okay, E4 Airman, that you bring up a good one. James Bond. I love me some James Bond.
Accurate. Same.
So, of course, the Brit here's on. Whatever. In the top 3 James Bonds for me are Sean Connery, Roger Moore, and the rest don't matter. Well, Daniel Craig.
I'm about to say I actually enjoy Daniel Craig quite a bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but what about in the movies?
He's nice.
That was outstanding.
He is, in my opinion, the closest to Sean Connery that there has been.
That's fair.
I've got all of them. I've got the first 25 on Blu-ray. I got it as a birthday present 4 years ago now. I got it was the all 25 movies up through, I think, Spectre.
Mm-hmm. Would have been then, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I some are better than others, but yeah, I like me some James Bond. And a lot of James Bond you could do with Fistful of Lead also.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that,
especially Thunderball, the underwater scenes. You know, with the frogmen fighting it out with the spear guns and the little hand submersibles.
Yeah.
I've actually seen someone play that. It's pretty cool.
I'm about to say, I know that's a pretty popular Pulp Alley game. Again,
say, Pulp Alley do several scenarios for it, don't they? I think some minis as well.
I think they have purpose-built scenarios and whatnot for it. Yeah.
Chuck likes Hunger Games.
There you go.
Those are some fun movies.
Can get after some Jennifer Lawrence.
There you go. Yeah. Well, J-Law.
Have I not seen a game for that already? Maybe
I've seen some 3D models for it. You know what I mean? Like some STLs you could print. I don't know if anybody's necessarily published a game for it.
I don't think anybody has actually run a game.
There's probably a licensed like board game. Could be, yeah. Bet. Not like a Hex Encounter game, but a board game.
Love the desert stuff on Discord Walkabout.
Yeah, again, I think those would fit perfect with your Cowboys, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it would.
Little bird.
E4 says Craig grew on me. I think his best movie was Skyfall.
Skyfall was outstanding. I actually just watched Skyfall. It's nice to see him run around with the double rifle. But see, go for it.
My favorite Connery is either Dr. No or
Bridge Too Far
with James Bond movie, either Dr. No or From Russia with Love.
Both very good.
And then my favorite Roger Moore is, it's hokey as fuck, but Moonraker.
How is it not Man with the Golden Gun?
That's a good one too, but I don't know. I just the whole, shooting at each other in the EAV or EVA suits with the chest lasers, and it's just.
But a 3-nippled man. Like,
and you. Yeah.
You know who they should have be James Bond?
Idris Elba.
Oh, I was going to say Sean Bean, but yeah.
No, because then he would just die.
I don't know. He doesn't die in everything anymore. He never dies in Sharp.
Yeah, but he can't because he's been a baddie in Bond already.
Oh, that's right. That's fair.
He was Janus in the Goldeneye.
Yes, with Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, he was. Yep.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan was a pretty good James Bond, also.
He was.
City boy.
He had the Connery sense of humor, I thought.
Yeah.
See, so I originally read most of the James Bond books by Ian Fleming, right? Because when I was a kid, I had rather unfettered access to, various relatives' bookshelves. But, my parents weren't going to obviously let me as a little kid watch James Bond because, bad stuff. And that's where in the books, he's kind of a just complete violent, almost to the point of being a sociopath, degenerate.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like in Dr. No, he wakes up in a rehab hospital because he's been on this absurdly long bender where he wound up beating people up, and he didn't really super duper remember being there. And the doctor basically describes to him how much of a degenerate he's been, and then he's got to fix himself. And I feel like Daniel Craig does that pretty well because he kind of takes away some of the polite, gentlemanly Bond that was introduced there a little bit, which you kind of have to do that when you got, Roger Moore playing it and he's 60-something years old. But I feel like Richard Burton could have been a good Bond as well.
Yeah.
Walkabout, is that an Iroquois A or a Huey A there you have on Discord? I figure it's got to be an A or a B. There's no pods on it, no attachments.
Are you having a different conversation to the rest of us?
I'm looking at the Discord pictures, these guys. It's amazing what you all could do.
You can just comment on this, right? I'm just fucking with you, Jeff.
Well, he's right there. Why not just talk to him?
I know. I'm just
talking about anything important.
I'm just giving you trouble.
There's some good-looking shit. I tell you.
You can do that, Jeff.
No, Jeff. No, that's no.
You can paint.
No. I'm doing enough of that right now.
I know you're doing a great job of it. I'm saying keep at it, and you can, start painting that kind of stuff too.
Damn, that Huey gives me a Woody.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Which channel are you seeing that in?
Cold War.
But John, if you had to name a favorite American action hero, who would it be?
American action hero.
Yeah.
Oh, as in the actor or the character?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Either.
Oh, Keanu Reeves.
Okay. As Neo?
John Wick.
Yeah.
Oh, John Wick. Okay.
To me, that's
a
culmination of what he's done.
Series of films I've never watched.
What?
Oh my God, dude.
Dude.
You've got to get onto it.
You're an animal lover, right? You love John Wick.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. The dog dies.
What about John Wayne?
Marion Ross?
Yeah, I only because, and these may or not be true because he's not around to answer the question anymore. But all the things I've seen about him in real life, he was a major dick.
John Wayne?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a decent chance of that.
And not so. For that, it's kind of been tainted. But I mean, when I watched originally, but the other one, of course, Clint Eastwood. If you're going Western style.
Yep, that's
there you go.
The action hero, anti-action hero when he's not doing things, just everything. He's just some of the recent stuff's a bit iffy, but when he's on his game. I mean, Gran Torino I thought was superb.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Walkabout, those M113s.
That's a very good movie
that you built. Do you by chance have the star and the U.S. Army stamp decals? Do they come with those kits by chance?
You probably 3D printed them, Jeff.
Oh yeah. I didn't think about that.
Joy of War Gamer Joy of War Gaming has joined us.
John, holy boats, baby! Let's do it. Let's go, buddy. Oh man, if you guys haven't gone over and watched Joy of War Gaming's video from, I think that was this morning, Wednesday. It's a couple 15mm boats, and boy howdy, I was bricked up watching that video, and I am super excited to see what you do with them and how you play with them, man. I know you're anticipating playing on the 7 Seas from Osprey.
Magnificent 7 on a tabletop.
Okay, let's do it. Those miniatures are everywhere.
That would be freaking fun.
Yep. Knuckle Duster, go get him.
I'm Charles Bronson.
Dibs on Yul Brenner and Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
What you don't get? It doesn't. Charles Bronson's awesome, but you can't beat Yul Brenner for just cool, man. Sorry.
Yeah. The guy's just calling everything.
Chris. Actually, James Coburn with the knife throwing was pretty good too.
That's true. But again, then there's also Steve McQueen, man. That dude was just an all around cool guy, and I mean, an outstanding actor.
There you go, guys. Here's the link to the video that McMurray was talking about.
Yeah, Joy Wargaming's video from today was outstanding. Very excited to see the 15 mil. Also, John, I forgot to tell you that. Also, shoot me an email. I know you were talking about needing to get more guns and maybe a boat or two. I have a surplus of that I need to get rid of. So it's not so much me doing you a favor and sending you things. It's you doing me a favor in helping
Clearing
me
out
with
his
my
shit.
problem. Yes, and helping me with my problem. Because
The first step in fixing your problem is mailing your problem to somebody else.
no, it's mailing the excess problems that I have to someone else. For Christ's sakes, I've got I have 4 USS Constitutions in 1 to 100 scale, which is 15 millimeter. The issue is there are only in 3 of them. So, yeah.
Send me my game, please. Hey, hanger flying in the house. Hey, James.
Oh,
James.
man, what's up, Bane?
Yul Brenner as the man in black in the original Westworld.
Oh,
movie
yeah,
was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
chilling. Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, yes, yes. But
Yeah.
how can you tell the robot it's the fingers? They can't get the knuckles right.
So, talking about Westerns, probably, so we all know, I've stated this already, my favorite Western of all time is Blazing Saddles. Another great Western, and it should have won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. And that's the movie Cat Ballou. And the Oscar should have gone to that horse.
Lee Marvin.
No, the horse.
Well, I'm just saying it's a movie with Lee Marvin in it.
Yeah, it is a movie with Lee Marvin. Who, by the way, is an amazing, big, macho guy too. But that horse.
Speaking of westerns with
Chuck
Fistful of Lead, Ready to Rock, I have the Wild Bunch statted out and Ready to Rock. That's
Yep.
it's
Heston.
a cool niche of westerns, being the 1911 era. So
You ever see Lee Marvin in his one episode in Combat?
like the old TV show Combat.
Yeah.
I have not seen that
Yeah,
episode.
it's in season
I've seen
1,
lots
and he's about an arrogant prick in that fucking episode.
Well, that's fair. He's Lee Marvin.
I liked him in Big Red 1.
Yeah, that I'd like to see a movie like that remade with today's technology, visual technology.
I don't know. To me, Big Red 1's, to me, it stands the test of time.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
And I think how they filmed it, they did an excellent job with what they had, to the point where I don't think giving it the Saving Private Ryan or Band of Brothers workover would really do it any favors. That's my personal opinion, but
I've not seen it. I'm guessing it's World War II when it's set, but can you
yeah,
sort of brief
it's
the-
literally following the 1st Infantry Division through
the boys
North
of Company
Africa and Sicily and
Normandy.
Normandy, yeah.
The Boys of Company C.
And it's Lee Marvin he's the company commander, or
No, he's a platoon sergeant, isn't he?
is it?
No, he's a squad leader because he's only got the 4. Yeah, he's only got 9 total guys the whole time.
Yeah. So they just follow. Mark Hamill is in it.
Yep.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, John,
Mhm.
you know, everybody's screaming at me. I need to go watch a John Wick. I'm going to do the same thing for you with Big Red One. Go see it. Check it out.
Hey, Jeff, you know what you called 9 German guys on the Eastern Front in 1943?
Okay, go ahead.
An infantry division.
Nice.
Zing, got him. Sorry.
See Big Red One. I'm going to see. It was came out in 1980. Had as the sergeant, Mark Hamill, Robert Carradine.
One of the best jokes ever is in that movie. The kid that's reading Carradine's book that he wrote, the blonde-haired kid, and they talked about if he could do a bunch of money, what he would do. Something about a girl with a big plump butt against a cold window. And the fun would be to fall it out.
Jesus.
That kills me.
Not wrong. I'm seeing if there's a. So you can rent it or rent it on Prime Video for $2.99.
Yes, yeah. Spotted that.
So yeah, that's actually the only way to watch it streaming is from Amazon Prime Video for $2.99. You can also buy it Blu-ray or DVD.
Yeah, Apple TV's got it as well in the UK.
Can we throw an honorable mention as long as we're talking about awesome stuff on Amazon Prime that you should absolutely go rent or buy and just throw out Das Boot?
Oh yeah, absolutely, Das Boot.
That's the only movie I've ever bought virtually. Like the whole buying it on Amazon Prime or whatever, I've never really done that except for with Das Boot because that movie is just insane.
Yeah.
E4 Airmen, that is The Dirty Dozen.
The Dirty Dozen is outstanding.
Lee Marvin, Telly Savalas, Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Who else was in that?
You guys were trying to come up with The Dirty Dozen and you couldn't think of it?
No, E4 Airmen said,
Oh.
Lee Marvin, Telly Savalas, Jim Brown against the Germans.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name. Yeah.
It's quite possibly one of those.
Who else was in it?
Donald Sutherland.
Yeah,
Charles Bronson.
It's about
Charles
a dozen.
Bronson.
The Latino guy. There's 2 of them. There's an Italian and Latino guy. The Italian guy, the one that was always the asshole through most of the movie till the end. DeFranco.
Savalas.
Played Franco.
Yeah.
Telly Savalas.
No,
Yeah,
Telly
Telly
Savalas was
Savalas.
the pervert Bible preacher.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already said Telly Savalas anyway. Another great World War II movie. And actually, it's what I based my Force on Force scenario on that got published is Force 10 the Guns of Navarone. Or Force 10 from Navarone.
Outstanding movie. Wait, Force 10 from Navarone or Guns of Navarone? Because those are 2 very different movies.
The original.
Yeah, Guns of Navarone's a classic.
Guns of Navarone, yeah. Force 10 from Navarone was going up against the Dam.
Well,
It was not as good.
They should have just thrown that movie on the fucking floor in the clipping room.
It could have been worse. It could have been Pearl Harbor.
No, it couldn't.
Aren't there boobs in Pearl Harbor? We're not getting into this. I apologize. We're on a live stream. So if you guys haven't gotten into 15 millimeter naval figures yet, you certainly should.
For the boobs.
Can certainly no. I don't have any 15 millimeter naval figures with female anatomy. Thank you.
You
I need some 15 millimeter Russian soldiers because I got Todd sent me. Y'all sent me all those T-34s, but I don't have any grunts to go with them.
Yeah, we just figured you'd put one tiger at the other end of the field and live your dream. But that's fair. I can find some. I don't actually even know if I have any 20 or any 15 mil Russians, to be honest with you.
I know I don't.
Oh, look, but I don't know.
Hanger, are you telling me that somebody is making another version without John Boy of All Quiet on the Western Front? Because that would be freaking awesome. I saw a documentary the other day that some guy was talking about movies that really relate combat, and he put that as the number one that people just don't respect it. The original one, not the John Boy one.
The black and white one?
Yeah.
That's a very good movie. That'd be a cool one to see remade. There aren't that many good World War I movies, though. Like Sergeant York with Gary Cooper.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Great movie.
Impeccable.
How about the one with Kirk Douglas?
Wait, hold on.
Paths of Glory.
Which movie did you say?
Sergeant York?
Yeah.
Yep.
Was Gregory Peck in that?
No.
No.
So it is impeccable.
Oh.
Uh,
Jimmy, not Jimmy Stewart. Who was it?
That wasn't worth waiting for, was it?
James Cooper.
Yeah.
It was Jimmy
Jimmy
Stewart.
Stewart. James Cooper. Who the hell is James Cooper? Jimmy Stewart. But yeah, there aren't that many good like World War I movies out there.
No,
and
there's
that's
not.
kind of disappointing because that's
There's a
Well, you
Danger
got
Close
Mel
movie.
Gibson. You got Mel Gibson's Gallipoli.
That's not bad. That's not a bad movie.
it's not bad. Oh Jesus, Mary and Joseph. What am I thinking of here?
Oh, you've got Blackadder Goes Forth.
That's arguably one of the best.
What's it called? Say it again.
That is brilliant.
But Blackadder Goes Forth.
Okay, I didn't hear shit because you both opened your damn mouth at the same time.
Blackadder Goes Forth.
Oh.
German colonial interest. A sausage factory in Tanganyika.
Okay.
That's John
Other
Cleese.
than the idiot that played the German company commander, Cross of Iron or Iron Cross, whatever it was, with James Coburn.
Steiner.
Yeah, great movie.
Great movie. That's right up there in terms of the feeling. As
Reese. We'll just ask you where you were, Reese.
Paul Beckett says no good World War I movies. There's heaps.
that's fair. Okay, so yeah, you've got Gallipoli. What's the
The
other
1917 movie's not too bad.
What's
Yeah,
the
that's
other
why it said
Anzac movie?
1917. Underhill 60.
I haven't watched that one yet.
You should.
Uh,
How have you not watched that? It's outstanding. I'm not disagreeing with you, Paul. There are a lot of good ones, but there's nowhere near as many as
Passchendaele, great movie. Great. I just watched that about 2 weeks ago.
That is a good movie. I enjoyed
Reese is in the house.
Reese?
Yes. Yeah. He says, have y'all brought up Light Horseman?
That's it, Light Horse. No, wait. That's the one about regarding charging the guns at Beersheba, right? Well, that's the climax of that movie, right?
Well, wasn't
Being
the light horse out of Australia the ones that end up going into combat without their horses?
For a certain chunk, yes.
Being that I know exactly this much
At
about
Gallipoli.
World War One, I know next to nothing about World War One.
Paul's got legs like a leopard. He's going to run like they're steel springs. Fast as a leopard.
Light Horse is great. Yep, great movie. I'm a big Australian cinema fan. Oh, there you go, Reese. Reese and Paul need to get together and cuss and discuss Anzac movies.
There's a lot of there's a lot of good ones. It just seems like it's an underappreciated. Like, think about how many movies we were just casually naming off for World War II,
Right.
and how we're at a far greater loss for World War I movies. I'm not saying there aren't any. I'm just saying that it seems underrepresented.
I think part of the problem with World War One is that, and this is going to sound weird. It didn't have very good. It didn't have a very good public affairs officer.
You want to watch a good movie? I saw, I think last year. It's a black and white, but they made the movie of the 6th Airborne at Arnhem. I think it's called The Glory Was Theirs. And
Yes.
they used the actual soldiers in the actual environment.
Yes.
It was really, really good.
I'm about to say, and They Should Not Grow Old is an incredible movie, but it's also kind of a documentary.
Yeah.
But very good. So has anybody seen the Japanese movie about Tsushima?
I have not.
It's quite. John, have you seen that?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay, I figured you were probably the only one that stood a shadows of a chance just for the naval connection. It's super good. A movie like that about Jutland might actually get me thrown out of a theater.
We're missing a very, very good movie because of the freaking Russia invasion that was supposed to come out on Stalingrad, made in Russia. I kept watching the highlights of it, and we're never going to see it, at least not anytime soon.
There was a Finnish movie called Sturmy that was really good. It was on YouTube for a while. It was about a stug.
This right here. This is why, and this is what I was referring to by World War I didn't have a very good public affairs officer. It says, I think from a movie perspective, World War I isn't, quote, an American war, so you don't really have an impetus for American filmmakers like you do with World War II.
There's truth in that.
So, yeah, and that's probably why you have a lot of Australian movies about World War I, because Australians just flung all kinds of troops at World War I.
It's like me. It's funny how you won't, you always hear me talking about I won't game the Pacific and Navy stuff. But, man, there are a shit ton of movies about the islands and stuff like that and the invasions and the naval stuff. I'll watch the hell out of those movies.
Yeah. Another favorite for E4 Airmen is Apocalypse Now.
There you go. I'm about to say, for again, as unpopular as the Vietnam War was on the U.S. home front, the Americans made a lot of damn Vietnam movies.
Yeah.
The 10,000 Day War, that was the best documentary I ever saw. I remember watching that in Germany with a lot of our senior NCOs that were there when I was just a kid.
Dog, the best Vietnam documentary that ever came out was Full Metal Jacket, and you know it.
Drop your cocks and get yourself.
Strap your cocks and grab your socks, numbnuts.
Oh, you fucking idiots.
Another really cool documentary that features jungle warfare during the Cold War is Predator. That's another great documentary.
Chuck, these people aren't going to know nothing about that movie.
What movie?
No. Fucking Steve McQueen with an M3 grease gun.
Ooh. I'm sorry.
What?
Hell is for Heroes.
Yeah.
And Where Eagles Dare is also very. How about The Eagle Has Landed?
I said the Eagle has landed.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I was saying that has a really cool feel
That
to it.
reminded me of Top 16s, man.
Kind of like, except for we're not. You didn't bring your wife on here to get an extra vote and then complain about it. No,
Simavinte 137 or whatever the hell it is.
the Eagle Has Landed has a really similar feel. I don't know why to Cross of Iron to me.
Well, Richard Burton and Clint Eastwood in a movie together, Where Eagles Dare.
Yes. Dog, Richard Burton in damn near anything is outstanding, to be honest with you.
Wild Geese.
Yep. I was about to say, that was my next one was Wild Geese. Bam. Absolutely phenomenal movie. Somebody's going to have a conniption in the comments because of the colonial connotations there, but absolutely phenomenal movie.
Bridge Too Far. I mean, Chef's Kiss.
I figure that just went without saying. A Bridge Too Far.
Yeah.
Um,
And The Longest Day.
Well, World War II, it's like Battle of the Bulge. I'll watch it if it happens to pop on TV, but to me, it's not worth a fucking nickel.
wait, what?
The movie Battle of the Bulge?
Oh, I need more fuel for my Penzas?
Yeah, the movie's stupid. The tanks, I'm going to pick any movie apart that's military that is not authentic. Christopher Walken, Dogs of War. I just watched that the other night. It's a good movie.
That's an outstanding movie. Another Frederick Forsyth movie.
Yep.
Just like Day of the Jackal and Odessa File are really good movies. Boys from Brazil.
Yeah,
James playing Jay is playing a very, very Boys from Brazil feeling series of games. Actually, if you guys aren't watching those, his
Breaker Morant's on YouTube right now, all over the place.
Breaker Morant. There's another great Australian movie that Paul probably enjoys.
Great Escape, good movie.
One of the best. Again, reference Steve McQueen and Richard Burton and Charles Bronson.
A movie that does a callback to The Great Escape. Top Secret with Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
The motorcycle scene with Steve McQueen is the best scene in that movie.
Especially because that's all him writing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
When I was a kid, we went on vacation and we went to Indianapolis, and they were shooting an Indy racing movie with Redford and Steve McQueen. And I remember them. We were there with the crowd, and I remember them getting on their little mopeds to ride back to their trailers or whatever. And they rode right in front of my mom, and the woman passed out. Mom passed out.
that's fair. I'd pass out if Steve McQueen rode past me.
Especially since he's been dead.
Yeah, I know, right?
Which was the movie about the Germans in the Vatican?
Oh, the Odessa File. You
There
talking
you
about Germans escaping post-war through the Vatican? That's the Odessa File, where the guy gets all kinds of plastic surgery and changes his appearance to try and hunt down the rat lines. Super good movie. Again, that's Frederick Forsyth, just like Dogs of War and Day of the Jackal,
There's one movie we just have not said. I can't believe it hasn't come up yet.
which is inspired by which inspired The Professional, which is another outstanding movie.
Go ahead,
That's one we
say-
not mentioned.
Huh?
The Longest Day.
I've said it like 4 times.
No,
Yeah, he has said it several times. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Speaking Chinese, I didn't hear it.
Good Lord.
It says no. Germans captured Vatican City. It's during the war.
Oh, I don't know.
You got me.
Yeah, I don't know. There's an Italian movie about El Alamein that's okay, except for
the other night. Yeah. The little black plumes hanging out of their helmets.
the Bersaglieri or whatever their name is,
You Biseglia, yeah.
Burger Salad Boys.
Yes.
I don't know. It's all sketty to me, but
I thought it was an Eagles and something in the name.
I do not
Lords
know.
of
You've got-
Arabia. Wow.
We
Yeah.
shut them under Rule 3.03, Breaker Morant.
Breaking Morant, yeah,
And actually World War I, Lawrence of Arabia, great film. Yes.
it is. It's Lawrence of Arabia kind of strikes me a little bit like Patton in terms of it can get long at points, but it's still a ridiculously good movie.
Oh, I love Pat.
Well, okay. Well, hell. I'm telling you another one that fits in this category that has a little bit of everything is Dr. Zhivago.
Accurate. It's not a bad movie.
Isn't that movie like 8 months long?
It's pretty much.
Yeah.
I've actually never watched it. I just know that it's interminably long.
I was about to say, I remember my parents got that on DVD, and there were 2 DVDs in the box. That
Yeah.
was like-
I was about to say, was it the full 17 disc set?
My
Yeah.
mom used to make me watch it with her, and then somebody for my birthday one year gave me that 2 DVD set.
yeah.
Still got it around here somewhere.
Like, it was
Says,
cool, don't get me wrong.
Lawrence of Arabia is just a Dune remake without the sci-fi.
Accurate.
Actually, kind of. Wouldn't that be the other way around?
Yes, I think it came out first. I think.
That's kind of
Well,
like
then-
how Dances with Wolves is an Avatar remake without banging the horses,
What?
but, you know.
Hi, dog. Come here. Did you get your bath? Did she get her bath?
I'm just kidding. Avatar is definitely just Dances with Wolves with blue aliens that bang their horses, though. So fight me on that one.
Say hi
Smurfs
to
in
everybody.
space.
Say hi to everybody.
Say hi.
Hi, Ahsoka. What were you going after there, John?
I said Avatar is Smurfs in space.
Yeah.
Isn't
God,
2
that
coming out
is-
soon? Isn't a new
What?
Avatar coming out soon?
They're making another Avatar movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross. I think that was a joke in like Parks and Rec when Andy Samberg is the obnoxiously loud park ranger. Have you seen Avatar? I like the movie Avatar. Like that's his whole shtick. But they're making a second one.
And Predator 27 is coming out.
Dog, nothing will ever beat the original Predator.
Now, see, I'm one of those that believes that the first movie in a series is always the best, except for one series.
Toy Story.
Aliens. The second movie is the best one.
Tremors is the same way. Same with Mad Max.
The first was best, or the second was better?
The second I like Road Warrior more than the original.
Fair, yes.
Yeah.
But that's hard to call, though, because Mad Max is one of the few franchises that I actually legitimately really enjoy all 4 of the movies almost equally.
I struggle with the latest one, the newest one.
Fury Road?
Fury Road, because it's like, we drive out to the desert and we turn around and we drive back again. Okay,
doesn't matter.
Just where we were in the first place.
What's her name's in it, so it doesn't matter.
What's her name?
Charlize
Theron.
Yeah,
dude. I really enjoyed. I don't know. I really enjoyed Thunder Road, and maybe it wasn't. I mean the plot in. I mean, for Christ's sakes, the plot in the first one is his wife gets raped, and then like he gets the shit beat out of him. Well, he starts the movie getting the shit beat out of him. His wife gets raped, and then he gets the shit beat out of him and manages to kill some people. It just feels like an Australian version of like Death Race or Death Wish with Charles Bronson, except for slightly in the near future.
I like the blonde hair David Bowie lookalike biker.
Yeah. Well, so that's another one though. Death Wish is an outstanding series of movies, but.
Recent Star Wars also, Empire is superior. Again, we've discussed this. It is the superior movie, but it's still not my favorite. And yes, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan is far superior to Star Trek, the motion picture. Paul Backus agrees with The Empire Strikes Back. And he says Mad Max 4 is the best one.
I think they did a really good job in capturing the whole
feel.
Whole feel.
With PB being a cop, being a bronze, I would have thought that the first Mad Max would be his.
I mean, I don't know. It's still just, I don't know.
Listen, Fury Road is the best because it has a combat bard.
A combat board.
I mean, that's a cool scene. The dude rocking out with the flamethrowers and stuff is pretty cool. It reminded me of the dude in. For whatever reason, that dude brought to mind the bad guy in Road Warrior with the hockey mask. I don't know why, but it did. And God, dude, Road Warrior was so good. But
little kid with the boomerang.
Yeah, the little dirt kid. That was the other cool thing is you could tell it just seemed like they took fans of the movie and used them as extras, which was pretty cool. But yeah, and then Tina Turner being in Thunderdome was a little weird, but whatever. It wasn't a bad movie. I still enjoyed the hell out of it.
I think Thunderdome itself was a little weird. I'd say she'd fit perfectly.
It was, yeah. So yeah, actually that's a good point. Her being loony as balls and being the main villain in Thunderdome was pretty perfect. You're not wrong.
I have an argument with Chuck on this one.
What Chuck say? You got to tell us what Chuck said.
Any Star Trek movie, not the new ones, are better than the first Star Trek movie. I give you Star Trek 5, sir. That bag of ass.
I can't remember what happened in Star
Trek 5.
Stomped.
Gets absolutely dog stomped by Star Trek the motion picture. Star Trek the motion picture is infinitely better than Star Trek 5.
What happens in Star Trek 5?
Yeah, I can't remember. That's half the. It would agree with you. What is that one?
It's the one where they find Spock's half brother, and he hijacks the Enterprise to go to the center of the galaxy because, quote unquote, God calls him. And they find this entity that purports to be God.
You know, I don't.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
love
ringing
the
any
cards.
bells at all.
I love
Yes,
the
that's
police
why I haven't
cars.
ever seen any of the Star Trek movies.
The sirens are the best in Mad Max 1. That's what our police sirens sound like.
That's
I love-
awesome.
I love the police cars in the first Mad Max.
He said, E4 says, love to sink the Bismarck. We sang the song all the time.
Dog, that is an outstanding World War II movie also, actually. Sink the Bismarck is fantastic. And Johnny Horton is an American hero, so there's that
Yeah.
too.
I don't hate Star Trek 5, but it's definitely at the bottom of the list. Dude, it's on a completely different list. As in, oh, I got this movie in the box set of all 6 of the original Star Trek movies and threw it out.
Jesus.
Oh, it's just worthless pile of dreck.
What?
Reese says June of 1941, the war had just begun.
Yep. You know it, man. Again, Johnny Horton's the man.
Star Trek 2 is my favorite, then 4, then maybe a toss-up between 3 and 6. So it's very simple. 2, 4, 6,
8, 10, 12, 14,
3,
16.
5.
By the way.
That's the layout of the Star Trek movies.
I was about to say, wasn't that the thing that like all the odd numbered Star Trek movies sucked?
Yeah. 2, 6, like I said, 2, 6, 4, 3, 3, 1, 5. Because oh yes, Greyhound, phenomenal movie. If you have not watched Greyhound,
Oh, with Tom Hanks?
yes.
Very good movie.
Yeah, he read it backwards, Hanger. He
Yeah,
had 4
it-
and 6
Yeah,
backwards.
it is 264. My apologies. 264.
Sweet mother of
3,
Jesus.
315.
Thinking about World War II naval combat, it's not a primarily naval combat movie, but damn, Dunkirk was awesome with the Dunkirk made me feel things like the impending sense of doom you get watching that movie. You don't. It's not something that I can usually get, pushed through on a movie.
Yeah.
But that movie, like it sits in the pit of your stomach. Like, wow, this sucks. And they do a ridiculously good job of it. Also, you get to see French actually fight, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. I really wish the French didn't get such a bad rap because it is ill-deserved.
Oh,
I'll be
it's perfectly well-deserved, to be honest with you.
What? That they're a bunch of limp-wristed surrender
dicks.
monkeys? No, I'm not saying that they're arrogant dicks. They're absolutely arrogant dicks, but that they're limp-wristed surrender monkeys. That is, their military does not deserve that.
Oh, it
stigma.
absolutely does. The individual foot soldier doesn't. Their military as a whole absolutely does. From doctrine to equipment to leadership, it absolutely does. The French had last waritis almost worse than the Italians. Like again,
I'm going to say 3 words that completely dispels your entire argument.
Go for it. Good luck.
French Foreign Legion.
Not the French army. Completely irrelevant.
I didn't say French army. I said French military.
Yeah, completely irrelevant. That's like saying the Germans weren't bad, again, because of Schloss-Itter. That's such a microcosm of everything that happened. Like, what's
I absolutely love 1941. Great World War II flick.
Good video game too.
Shut up.
What needs to be made is a movie that tells the honest story of Mirz Al Kabir. That's what needs to be made. Not this recycled horse shit about, oh, the British ambushed the poor French fleet. Get out of here.
All right, best Cold War movies.
Finest hour to the Dunkirk scene. Pause. Watch Dunkirk. Pause. Back to the first. Finest hour. Worth the time.
That's fair. I can see that.
Battle of Britain.
Good movie. John, how is Mirz Al Kabir thought about in the British Navy?
It's
not very well, since I don't recall it at all.
Okay.
So that may answer the question in its own right.
Okay. Again, because recently the world has taken a weird tack thanks to memes that the British just ambushed this French fleet. That's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Okay.
Stripes, Brian. Stripes.
Yes.
That was mine, dude.
Yes. The best Cold War movie, Stripes, which is actually a documentary, if truth be told. It's Czechoslovakia. It's like going into Wisconsin for beer.
Hey, okay. So all right. So let me vouch for that scenario right there. We would do border stints either on the East German or the Czechoslovakian border, and we had this. We referred to it as the needle. It was something else, but it was like a 5-kilometer walk if you stayed inside the fence line on the West German side. But the Czechs could give a shit less when they were up there on the guard. You could walk right across the border just to cut that 5 miles into about 1.5. We used to do it all the time. But East Germany, you didn't do it because there were too many Russian officers and stuff in that region.
Absolutely, spies like us. That's the new SS. That's the new SS-20 missile.
How about the Tom Hanks one with the prisoner
Spies
exchange or the whatever?
The Patriot?
No.
Spies Like Us. I was introduced to my dream girl, Kathy McDougall.
It's the one where Tom Hanks makes that arrangement to exchange that.
Oh damn it! It's on the tip of my tongue.
Is it the Bridge of something?
Yeah, Bridge of Tears, or pretty good.
Oh damn it! Tom Hanks.
Isn't the bridge? Is it Bridge of Tears?
Saving Private Ryan. There's a bridge in that.
No.
Bridge of Spies.
Bridge of
That's
Spies.
it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom Hanks, Bridge of Spies. Yeah.
Very good movie.
I like that Munich one with Eric Banya and whoever else was in that.
Oh, yeah, about the 1972, the aftermath of the 1972 Olympics.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That is a good movie.
Incognito, Steve.
Ooh, you know what would be a cool movie to game? Would be Anthropoid gaming the assassination of Reinhard Heydrich.
Excuse me.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be really cool, actually. Because, fuck that guy. Talk about heroes. Those guys knew they weren't coming back, but still,
Cold Water, Hard Water. That 3-part series that was on Netflix a while back.
About what?
About the hard water thing up in Norway or whatever, or Finland or something.
Oh, Heavy Water?
Heavy Water.
Yeah. There was a 3-part series that was really, really, and there's a movie, and then there's that 3-part series that are really good.
What about Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy?
Very good. I like the original Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy a whole lot more than the Richard Burton or than the Benedict Cumberbatch one, but that one's still good.
Yeah.
The original
and Tabu was a great movie.
And Taboo, yes. The new one and the old one.
LBW Steve, he's in witness protection. He asked why it's actually in the dark.
Oh.
Heroes of Telemark.
receiving too many complaints.
No, that's the original one, Heroes of Telemark, which is very good.
Oh yeah, the totally accurate documentary Iron Eagle.
With Lou Gossett Jr.
Yeah, he's in witness protection from himself. He can't know where he is.
Oh crap! 13 Days.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was an amazing film.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. 13
That
Days.
I was in Oklahoma City when that came out. I was in Oklahoma City for work by myself. Donna hadn't moved down yet, and I was bored. And that was at the Dollar Show.
Yeah.
I went and saw it and was blown away. That movie is fabulous.
Mhm.
On Hydric Operation Daybreak, great flick. Steve says Chappie.
Iron
The
Eagle.
Chappie I'm thinking is the sci-fi one. So
Lou
Yeah.
Gossett's name was Chappie in that Iron Eagles.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That was hey. If nothing else, it had a great soundtrack.
It was a fun movie to watch.
Utterly, completely, totally, thoroughly nonsensical.
A bunch of kids in F-15s. Come on.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Now, I gotta say, I still love watching Top Gun.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with Top Gun. I haven't seen the new one yet, though.
You need to go see the new one, and you want to go see it on the big screen if you can.
Oh yes, definitely. You do not want the small screen for that. You want the biggest screen possible with the biggest sound possible.
Is it
Yeah.
not?
Oh, F-16s. Thank you.
Does Tom Cruise not ruin it? I'm not gonna lie. I don't
No,
like Tom Cruise.
he does not ruin it. He does a great job,
Okay.
and his love interest is age appropriate.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Not Kelly McGillis again, I hope, because she looks rough.
No. It's Jennifer Connelly.
Desert Rats.
Finally, huh?
Desert Rats.
Yeah, so he's dating Jennifer Connelly, not Jennifer Connelly's daughter.
Jennifer Connelly, man. Career opportunities. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Oh,
Wanted me to go out and buy one of those damn hobby horse machines.
yeah.
No, he does not ruin it.
Okay.
It's good.
Because that's quite specifically why I haven't seen it. Because he's a dick and he's a pain in the butt.
He
Valkyrie.
is. But what's that?
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie's a great movie.
Yep.
Again, he almost fucks that one up though too.
Just hopping back to Top Gun, the way they dealt with Val Kilmer, not to give too many spoilers, was done very well, I thought.
Yeah, they dubbed his voice.
Steve,
didn't they?
take care, buddy.
See you, Paulie.
No, Steve.
Oh, bye, Steve.
Bye, Paul.
Chuck
Yeah.
says Treasure Island, perfect for Fistful of Lead.
Accurate.
Sorry, is that Chuck bringing us back on topic? Oh, yeah, that's a bit outrageous.
Damn it, Chuck! What are you doing? Well, we've been chronicling for 2 hours and 18 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Would you believe
Jesus,
it?
that's fair. How many live viewers do we have?
9 right now. We got up as high as 15 at one point.
I'm about to say, do you guys want us to keep talking? We'll keep talking. We're dumb. We're super dumb. I've been painting like crazy, so I'm almost done with these villagers.
We couldn't tell.
What?
All I see is a black box. We don't even see your. Private Benjamin. Yes, Private Benjamin was amazing. Also, well, anything with Goldie Hawn because she is a treasure and still beautiful to this day. No, you have your camera blocked or something because your camera's not off because we're not seeing your logo. or your lack of logo?
Because he's not painting, man.
What? Hang on.
See,
It's sitting on the boom arm. Like, hang on a minute.
I got the big hurry buttons, man. Beep, boop, boop.
Yesterday, you guys were complaining because you were staring at the boom arm.
No. Jeff was complaining.
That's fair.
I could
So
get-
Brian. Brian always complains. though.
I could give two shits about what's going on with your boom arm.
Brian just can't stand that. Oh, God. I still can't believe that I could just hide that dickhead's comment on your video because that's hilarious because that guy's a douche. All right, hang on. Troubleshooting time. See, this is why I don't have a YouTube channel because shit like this would happen and then it'd just be dumb.
He'd shoot a freaking 1 hour video to find out there was no image.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
I didn't know this was radio.
Just
We
do
did on
what they
Facebook.
say.
Face
Wait,
for
wait.
radio, voice for television. What?
Way to go, way to go, Marconi.
Yeah, see, there you go. Wah, 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 wah.
Lots
I don't
of
know what I
miniatures.
did. I just turned my phone on. Like it had turned off. I don't know how that works.
Don't you
Probably
have a freaking camera that you bought?
No?
Don't you have a freaking camera that Todd gave you?
Don't you
Yeah,
have a
it,
light
does,
in
it
your
doesn't
face?
fit in this thingy. Also, with that, the sound is really spotty.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna get you guys all microphones.
I've
Oh,
got a
really?
microphone.
Did you finally make it, Brian? We
And a
made
headset?
It for
Did you finally make it?
we made it, Warmut. We made it. We're all gonna get microphones and cameras.
Oh.
Too soon?
I shouldn't have said anything. Sorry.
The pain. The pain.
Hey,
I felt like I was walking on a razor's edge.
This is, or you're recording a battle report only to discover you didn't get any sound with it. Yeah.
Yeah. This battle actually took place at night, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
We had no flares.
It was a new moon.
Yeah.
No flares.
in the 1700s.
Yeah, and it was raining too, so no torches. Sorry, guys. No lanterns, no torches, no nothing.
Excuse me.
Oh,
I know I've shot a video, which only a short one, but thankfully, but no sound, and just had to talk over the whole thing as if it was working properly. That was it.
There you go. Yeah, but you got that distinguished voice on account of all the tea you drink and stuff.
right.
Yeah, James.
So there's a question. How much tea do you drink on an average day, John? I'm not
None.
being a dick. I'm semi-actually curious. Wait, you say
No,
none?
I don't drink tea. I haven't drunk tea for years. I think I was I drank tea when I grew up so much. I had my fill of it. So
Oh, there you
You
go.
drink
That's
coffee?
fair.
I don't actually drink tea. I have a couple of cups of coffee a day, but and you're probably going to shoot me for this is decaf.
That's
'cause
fine.
I'm not allowed caffeine. So
What? You're not allowed caffeine.
yeah.
I'm not going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot whoever told you you couldn't have any caffeine.
Believe me, it was a good 6 months of not being very happy, John. I can tell you that. I had to kind of come off it, but yeah,
That's fair.
the problem is now is that if you know you get to a coffee shop and they get the order wrong and they give you a caffeinated drink, you know, a double shot latte or something, it does pretty much send me into orbit because I'm just not used to it. And Lord knows what a can of Red Bull will actually do to me, but I probably would grow wings and fly.
Yeah, it'd be entertaining.
Apparently, it's quite funny because I talk even faster than I do normally.
Which is fucking
We could both
impressive.
drink one, John, and we could just fly halfway across the Atlantic and meet each other.
Yeah. I get sweaty cheeks if I have caffeine, and my attention span is like that of a small child, or like a McMurray. I just, you know, I'll bounce from one thing like, oh, I'll write an email. No, I'll go and see someone. No, I'll make a phone call. No, it is for about 4 hours, and I don't sleep that night either. So apparently, it's quite funny to watch, but it's not funny to experience. Trust me.
Damn. Well, never mind then. Sorry, buddy.
I want to get a lavalier mic. What do you think about that?
Why don't you just take your mic that you currently have and duct tape it to your chest?
Well, I have Bluetooth on my game room computer, so I could get a wireless lavalier.
Gazoon type.
Thank you.
I still
Chuck says 7 Up.
8 down.
For no caffeine.
Oh,
Oh right, yeah.
I don't know. That's not a.
So okay, I and again, this is an honest question, John.
Yeah.
We were discussing this on our group chat. What is tea? And I'm not talking the drink. I'm talking about the meal.
Oh, afternoon tea.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Okay.
What,
so
what exactly is that? Is it
Okay,
like snacks?
it's a snack.
Is it an
Yeah, it's-
actual?
Well, it depends how posh you go, but it's certainly if you in Navy certainly it also known as 4 o'clockers. So it's sort of as you get to the end of the working day, it can be everything from sort of toast with a variety of toppings. You can have some little cakes, definitely tea or your beverage of choice. It's a sort of end of working day snack before you then go off and do whatever you want to do for a few hours before you have dinner. But afternoon tea, it's yes. I mean, yeah, you go to a posh hotel, it sort of starts about 2 o'clock in the afternoon once they finish lunch. But yeah, afternoon tea, it's sort of somewhere a snack between lunch and dinner.
Okay. And when do you normally have dinner?
Well, dinner would then also be 7, 8 in the evening.
Okay.
That's sort
All
of
right.
broadly speaking.
Right.
Regional
So-
variation. Don't shoot me in the comments.
Good night. I am out. I am.
All right.
Bye.
See you, Hexy.
Good night, Jeffrey.
Night, Jeff.
So one of the things we have here in Middle America, rural Middle America, is they call lunch dinner.
Yeah. And then the evening meal supper.
Right.
Okay.
And I figured out that the reason it's differentiated with why they call it dinner in the States. See you, Airman, but see you, E4. Thanks for tapping in. It's the largest meal of the day. And in rural America, the farm wives would cook these gargantuan meals at noon, take it out to the farmers and the farm hands,
Yeah.
and they would eat this huge meal because, well, they've been going since daybreak. Their biscuits and gravy and coffee is worn off, and they still have until 8, 9.
Sunset to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they need the calorie intake, and then the supper meal is kind of like your tea. It's
Yeah.
or afternoon tea. It's sandwiches or leftovers,
I was
whatnot.
going to say,
So,
traditionally things left over from dinner because food
That's what-
preservation wasn't quite as much of a thing.
right.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's
But
variations depending where you are, isn't it? And the situation you're in.
but to this day, they still around here they still call it dinner.
Yeah.
And it just it blows my mind. It's like well, I'm going to do this after dinner. It's like, you're not even going to be here. What are you talking about?
Not necessarily a rural thing. I mean, my dad does that, and he grew up in St. Louis his entire life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's yeah.
Dinner supper isn't a Nebraska thing. You may hear it from an older generation that moved to Nebraska, but Nebraska is lunch dinner generally.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you've got lunch at noon and then dinner in the evening?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm used to. Lunch is your mid-afternoon meal.
Yeah.
Dinner / supper. And really, for
Supper
me,
is late.
supper / dinner is how fancy it is or how big it is. So dinner is a more sophisticated meal than supper.
I mean, again, there's all sorts of different options because to me, dinner is what you have 7, 8 o'clock. If you're having a late dinner, that would be a supper. So if you've been busy out something, or you come back and you have a meal that's at 9 at night, to me that's a supper. So it's a timing thing rather than a sophistication thing. But
Yeah.
that could just be a personal thing. I'm not going to
Yeah.
I have no references to give you on that other than
Well,
me.
Yeah. See, my grandmother was dinner was the big meal of the day, and invariably for her that was the noontime meal.
hmm
See, now Chuck is different. Dinner is what you heat up in the microwave for yourself. Supper, formal sit down, and you eat too much.
Okay, so completely opposite of what you just said. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like so many things. It's just variation across
Yeah.
where you are, what's going, what the culture of your local culture is, because it can mean so many things, can't it? That's the problem. It's been changed over time, and different countries have different names for it, and all of a sudden, yeah, you get this regional variations in what you call your meals.
But it's interesting. Everybody's morning meal is breakfast because it's literally what it is.
It's 'cause
Yeah, you're breaking your fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the literal description where you don't have a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty simple.
Um,
Hard to argue with.
yeah, James, I'm with you on this. Chuck's got it all wrong. It's not Thanksgiving supper; it's Thanksgiving dinner. Big formal occasion, but to each their own. Matt's here. Hi, Matt. Dave Hall says a hearth of Vorel. Now, would that be dinner or would that be a supper?
I think that's Antares, isn't it?
It
Yes,
is. It is. Whoever
It
I
is.
forgot is well aware about what I'm painting.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The answer is that is yes. These are Storm Warriors. Well, they will be when they're finished.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, they're on the cusp of
All right,
release.
Chuck. Gotcha. I see what you're going with there. So, all right. Well, we have been going for 2.5 hours, and some of us do have to get up and go to work in the morning, and some of us are already in the morning.
Yeah.
It was about 4:30 there for you?
Yep. Give or take a smidgen. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, John.
Matt wants to say hello to you, Mr. Harrington,
Oh, hello, Matt.
and to James as well. So, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. I think we had a pretty good discussion tonight. We'll see what happens. Like I said, next week we're probably going to run a little later than normal because I do have that football game to run the scoreboard for. So probably 8:30-ish, kind of. So be on the lookout. I'll let you know for sure in the various and sundry places. So
Hang on a sec.
all right.
No, you're good. Keep going. Just don't kill it yet.
All right. What about you? Got anything else you want to throw out there?
No.
No. Okay. Did you? How is your chicken?
Chicken teriyaki is great, man.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Oh,
What was it? Grilled chicken or sautéed chicken?
Yeah, it's gotta be
Breaded,
grilled.
right?
I have to have it grilled.
Very cool. No, that and honestly, that's how it's supposed to. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Teriyaki needs to be grilled.
And I finished
Agreed.
the Viking, McMurray.
What?
Finished another Viking.
Oh, cool. Good for you. What's he look like?
I don't know. It's I cannot pronounce his name. He's one of the commanders.
Fjord Bjorgsson?
Is it?
No.
It's
I tried to
Hagar the
pronounce him
Horrible.
yesterday, couldn't.
If it's not Hagar the Horrible, I don't care.
Is it Cunnilingus the Viking?
No.
He's a Gaul, isn't he? Or a German?
Probably, or it could be Irish.
Probably a Gaul.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to
But
look it
well, he speaks several languages because he is a cunning linguist.
Accurate.
So, all right, guys. You guys, everybody that came on, thanks for showing up. The list tonight is way long. I'm not going to go through everybody, but thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscription button. Hit the little ding-a-ling bell thingy. And let your friends know, let your parents know if you still got your parents. Yeah, we're shooting for 300. I was at 220 yesterday. I'm back down to 218. Somebody doesn't like it, I don't care. But we are shooting for 300. Hopefully by October 31st. Big giveaway. If we hit by October 31st. E4 Airman, I know you've already gone to bed, but if you catch the end of this, I've got the shirt ordered. I'm just needing to get the ships printed and painted, and we'll get you all taken care of. I got your address. We're going to be good to go. And McMurray's got something for you. It's still a
it's gonna be
big
weird.
surprise. Of course it is. How would it not be? So, and James says, "Ciao, biatches."
See you, baby.
Take care,
Good to see you,
James.
buddy.
Yeah. Until next time, we will see you on the flip side.